Hi everyone, it's Alex from Push Square here, and I thought it's a new year. We've not done a live stream in a while, but we've got some great games coming out next week, so I thought I'd take a look at one of them, which is Yakuza 0, which is due out Tuesday the 24th. So I'm a big fan of the Yakuza series, and I thought it was well worth taking a look at this and may show it to some people that maybe aren't as familiar. And it's a great place to jump on with the series. It's because it's essentially a prequel to the kind of the main games, set in 1988, and kind of follows the main character of the series in his younger years, and kind of looks at a slightly different adventure he might not have heard before. So I thought we'd take a look at it. I'm about 2.5, 3 hours into the story. So if you are a fan of the Yakuza series and you are sensitive to spoilers, you might want to skip this stream entirely. But if you just want to see what the game's about, I'm going to show you a little bit of the gameplay on offer. It's essentially, I guess, I've heard it described by, I think it was Sammy Barker, our editor, as a Streets of Rage by Shenmue sort of combination. And I think that's a fair assessment. If you're in the chat, thank you for joining me. If you've got any questions, feel free to fire them into the chat, and I'll do my best to monitor them while I'm playing the game and answer whatever questions you might have. So let's kick it off now. I think I've paused it as I was about to get into a fight, so I think I'm going to unpause this and it's going to be on straight away. So let's get, there we go, straight into a fight. So essentially, yeah, it's 3D brawling with kind of combo system. You can do throws. So as you do more moves, you get the heat meter up where you can do special moves, which are much more damaging than the normal. And also environmentally they do different things depending on where you are in the environment, I guess is the way of putting it. So, you know, if you're near a surface, you'll slam a head against it, so it's a bit different from that perspective. Just in the chat asked if there is a new Game Plus. I don't honestly know. I say I'm early on in the game. I don't know if it was mentioned in our review. Editor Robert Ramsey reviewed it. I think he gave it 8 out of 10, but if you want to have a full read of that review, it's over on our website, pushsquare.com. So, where am I going? Essentially, the story as it's kind of set up is the main character here, Kazuma Kiryu, has been fitted up for a murder, and he's had to leave the Yakuza, and he's got to get to the bottom of why he seems to have been in lines for the fit-up job, so to speak. I said it's a good jumping off for people new to the series because it's kind of a fresh tale and an early part of the character's career as a Yakuza. A lot of callbacks, you know, a lot of returning characters from the previous games, but I don't think you will lose a whole lot if you've never played the series before. And it's a perfect jumping point with it being the first PS4 game in the series that's come out in the West, so... Right, now where was I going? So I'm trying to find out about a real estate company who seem to be involved in the shady goings-on. Right, so there's it seems like the lead. One of the interesting things, this area of Tokyo, the fictional area, I guess, Kamurocho, it's a regular setting for the series, and it's a lot more run down in the 1988 version because there's a lot of redevelopment about to happen, which is a key part of not only this game but of the future ones. So it's quite interesting to see it a bit more run down than it was in the future. Where was I going? There was So this is kind of the open world bit. It's the first bit where it's kind of opened up after the initial lengthy cutscenes and scene setting. And there was something I triggered earlier that triggered one of the side stories, so I'll try and do that again. I think it was down here. Oh god, they're really after out for me, aren't they? Guess I'm gonna have to take them. Let's see if I can get this guy over onto oh no, didn't want to let me grab him that long, did he? I'll try and slam him into this car. Now just comply. There's a bit of a difference in the combat system this time around. You can switch between different fighting styles. So I'm in the brawler style at the moment, and there's another one I've unlocked, which is rush. Which essentially you can't do throws and everything's a lot quicker. And you can stun enemies. And it seems to be quite useful in one of the earlier boss fights, so go figure. So whether one of the mechanics, there seems to be 4 styles you might be able to unlock, that it will... Switching up will make it easier with different boss encounters.
Oi.
Well, that's an interesting haircut, isn't it? One of the things I like about the series, it has a unique sense of humour that in between all of the quite dramatic criminal goings on and the emotion of that is interjected with a lot of humour and quite silly things that happen. So at various points of the story you get to go around the open world and you find these sub-stories, and they're generally where a lot of the humour is. I think it's the guy. I ran to this guy earlier. He beat me up and took a load of my money, and I think you can keep doing this, I think, until he wakes up and then takes more money off you. It was a really hard fight, so I'm not keen to again. Let's not do that too often. Let's find where that guy was. The translation is quite good. They do a good job of conveying some of the humour in the scenes, but the language is definitely not from the 80s. There's a lot of terminology and I guess slang words and certain phrases that are definitely more recent. Recent chat asks if Yakuza is very similar to Sleeping Dogs and GTA. The map isn't a big map, essentially. So this is the main area that you're around. So it's a fair old size, but it's not anywhere near the size of those sorts of games. But it's much denser. There's a lot of side stuff to do, and it's more of a kind of a spiritual successor to the brawlers of old. So say Streets of Rage, Final Fight, that sort of thing. If you've ever familiar with the Shenmue series, which had a lot of mundane tasks to do, in this you can kind of go to batting cages, you can play arcade machines. We'll take a look at that in a bit. I'm looking for that guy. There he is. So it feels it's a lot more focused, but it's got its own character and its own approach to things, and it's really enjoyable from that perspective. There isn't anything quite like it out there. And they tried to, when they brought it over originally, 2005 with the first game on the PS2, it didn't really catch on with the Western audience. But as it's been released and more have come out, the 5th game came out on PS3 last year, or kind of just over a year ago, it's kind of growing traction as a bit of a cult following. And now we're getting Yakuza 0 at this point. We're getting the remake of the first two, or the first one in the summer, and then we get Yakuza 6 next year. So clearly it's built enough of a following. And everyone can't be wrong. We must be right. So I think if you're interested in this sort of game, with like what you see here, I would recommend picking it up. Because it's a perfect jumping on point.
Oh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nani?
One thing you'll see about Kazuma Kiryu in the series is he likes to help people. While he's a gangster in Yakuza, he's actually deep down a nice guy. And one of the best fighters to ever walk this earth. The number of people he's beat down over the years.
Nani? Seems to have pegged the main character pretty well. Snazzy Monkey in the chat sells the game. I'm really enjoying it, but as you may have seen from what I've said so far, I'm a big fan of Yakuza. So it kind of ticks all the boxes for me. It does exactly what you expect from it. So really, that's about all I can say after a couple of hours in. But I think it's worth your time if you want to check it out. And like I say, if you want to know more, you can read our review on pushsquare.com. I mean, it's nice to see it on PS4 as well, because it's previously been on PS2 and PS3, so it's nice to see a bit of an upgrade to the visuals, albeit when a world's the best looking game ever, it's nice to see a slightly higher level of fidelity to it.
Hey.
Never seen a boob. I'd say it's got a decent sense of humour to it. Jack in the chat after the game's worth it. I guess it's worth it if you like the Yakuza series. If you've played the games before and you didn't particularly like them, I don't think it's going to change your opinion of them at all. As I said, my history of the series is it's a bit of a funny one. I hated the first game. I picked it up because it was sold as the Japanese GTA and went in expecting a similar sort of experience. And when it wasn't, I kind of dismissed it. And I kind of regret that because I really ended up liking it when I came back around to it when Yakuza 3 came out on PS3. And despite it being apparently one of the slower starting ones in the series, I actually ended up really enjoying it. So I played 3, 4, 5, went back to 2 as well. So, you know, don't go in expecting GTA. Go in expecting for what it is, and you won't be disappointed, I don't think. As Reese in the chat observes, this is coming out on Tuesday, the same date as Resident Evil 7. So it's got a bit of competition in the Japanese development stakes on that day. So, but you know, 2 very different games offering different things from Japan. So you can something for everyone, I'd imagine. Actually, if you're interested, I'm going to be doing a live stream, and probably going to regret it, of Resident Evil 7. I've got a copy already, but the embargo on streaming it is not up till probably the launch day. Probably the best time to do it because there's restrictions on the video. So if you want to check back in on either very late into Tuesday kind of UK time, then I'll be doing a live stream of that as well, and probably scaring myself to death. Well, I'm regretting doing this side quest. It's probably the most talky one yet. Oh, we made Sleazy Tarashi cry. Fighting all day. You'll be fighting all day.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get through this.
Yeah.
I think I've given some good advice. One thing there is about the game is there's a lot of this in it, a lot of dialogue. It's told through fully voiced cutscenes, albeit in Japanese with English subtitles. There's these sorts of ones. There's some kind of still image sort of ones they do as well, which are quite cool. But either way, you'll be sitting through a lot of cutscenes and a lot of exposition. So if that's not your thing, then this is probably something you want to steer clear of as well.
Huh?
I have to say, I really know the bits of games to pick for live streams, don't I? Run straight into the 5 minutes of talking. I wonder what happens if you say all the other things, if you kind of derail it with their fans and make them look stupid. Hello to Leo in the chat, thanks for joining me. And say if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat and I'll do my level best to answer them. Oh, look, he's working really hard taking that microphone apart. Some suspect animation there. Well, he's doing a mime. Ah, wild shirts. Whether they will in this game, but in previous ones you come across characters from side quests multiple times as they progressed and developed. So always had a nice kind of flow through of it. Well, hello to SKC Diamond in the chat, a regular on these live streams. How are you today? Well, let's try and find some actual action. I think I can equip that shirt, so when attacked you won't go down easily. Let's equip that. Fortunately it doesn't change the appearance of your character in this game, so it's purely just the stat bonuses. Right, so I'll try and find a business that real estate company we're trying to shake down. trying to find the arcade where... Let's have a look on the map. I'll show you some of the side stuff they tend to put in these. It's always an interesting thing to see. Where are we? Sega High Tech Land. There we go. What I'd heard is that the arcade machines are having this version of the game, or this are era specific, so you've got Space Harrier, and I heard they had Outrun somewhere. I can't see it. So we'll play some Space Harrier. Let's Harrier. Indeed. Would have preferred Outrun, that's probably more my choice. Shoot, rapid fire. That will work it out.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
Well, it's definitely Space Harrier. So yeah, as I said, they put different arcade machines. There's a batting cage where you can play some baseball. There's a bar, I think, with pool and darts. So it has this... always tend to put these little games in there. There's a karaoke that I did earlier on in the game. It's like a rhythm game. So always have something some cool stuff for you to do on the side things. In between beating up people. And you try and get to the bottom of whichever mystery it is in that particular game. Oh dear, went right into the... Oh, I'll do it again. Very helpful. My DualShock 4 disconnected from it then. That's my excuse anyway. I think you can only hit the head if I seem to remember correctly. Or was that not the case? Oh, there we go. So yeah, so you can... How do I get out of this? I'll just control... Yeah, exit the game. Jack in the chat asks how big the map is. Once we get back into the game, I'll show you. Not before I saw the thing. There was a thing in the corner. Well, a shiny thing we can usually pick up. No, don't want to play it. No, damn it! Don't want to do that. Oh. I hear him say, "Let's Harrier again." Oh, unskippable. So the map it's never the determining factor, I guess, in the Yakuza games. It's more about things to do in a very small space as opposed to kind of a massive map. One of the things to take into account, I guess, when talking about that is that since 4, I think it's 4, yeah, the Yakuza games have pretty much been more than one protagonist. And in this one it's no different, though it's only 2. So I believe there's another... I don't know if it is, but it seems to be a suggestion it's set in another city, so I think there is another map. But there's usually more than one that I've found in the recent games, so I would have thought this would be no different. So yeah, this is the That's the size of the map, essentially. So yeah, so not huge, but I said there's a lot to do in it. Right, let's go and find a business to... Oh, I'm going. That's north. I want to go the other way. All the bars are. I think it was... Is it over this way? There's a load of alleys which I think's got a load of bars in, which maybe the businesses that I was looking for. Oh, let's get in a fight. I had a fight in a short period, so... Go back to the other style. It's like throwing someone into a wall. Oh, this way I was going, wasn't it? See if I can find what they're referring to with that conversation at the start of the stream.
Nani?
いや。
Well, I think we will, because I most likely get drug into a half an hour cutscene. And you can come back around and do it later on if need be, so... Well, let's try and find... Let's go back round this way. Usually it points you exactly where you need to go to advance the story, but... Oh.
SKC Doncha asks what are these games about? Usually they're kind of crime thrillers. Usually like the politics and inner workings of a Yakuza clan and the double crossing and the mysteries that kind of surround various things that happen in their history that centre usually around this character who finds himself in a lot of hot bother and in some interesting situations over the many games he's been in. As I said, in between those kind of more hard-boiled thriller sort of stories, you get all the silly side stuff as well, which is an enjoyable part of the series, to say the least. Though it does do this occasionally, where it leads you to try and find somewhere. If I find something to advance the story, and you're left looking. SKC Dine says is he correct in thinking this is a prequel? Yes, it is. It is set before the first game, about 7 years before, if my memory serves correct. So this the main character here is a fresh-faced youngster. Quite Gamers asked, what's the game about? It's about beating people up. Beating people up all the time. And that's pretty much it. No, I digress. That was very reductive of the series. It's basically a story-driven, single-player, kind of open-world successor to the likes of Streets of Rage, Final Fight. You know, the 2D brawler, I guess, is we were there, the predecessors to this sort of game. Or I guess if you want a more recent kind of
game that was very similar, then Shenmue would probably be the closest you get, because apparently it's the same people who are behind that kind of moved on to this, so... Right, so I'm beating up drunks, am I, for money? Seems about right. Evade for 60 seconds. This is a bit different. Oh dear. I didn't manage that, did I? That's what I was doing. Clearly not good enough. I'll come back to that anyway. Let's continue the hunt for the next thing. Oh, there we go. These cafe blend. Ah, so behind Theatre Square, which is just where I was, which is typical. So if you're new on the stream, I'm Alex from pushsquare.com, the leading independent PlayStation website on the internet, and that's not a lie at all. And I'm playing Yakuza 0, so I thought we'd do a live stream since it's out on Tuesday. So yeah, plenty of side quests to be involved in. Oh, hang on, I'm going the wrong way there, am I? Yeah, I've got to turn around. That's the trouble with this. So if you've not been to pushsquare.com before, or have been there and haven't been there recently, you might be interested here. We've done a complete site redesign this week. With a completely brand new look, and we've snazzied it up big style. Well, I haven't, but our web guru extraordinaire Ant did. He did a particularly great job at it as well. Right, let's look at this coffee place opposite the Mac Bowl, wasn't it? I'll find where... Oh, yeah. Need to fight again. Oh, here we go. SKC Diamond says it looks good, but the feedback seems mixed. Now, yeah, it has some rough edges to it, I guess is one way of putting it. And there's things you have to get used to, but there's a lot to like about it. Oh, leave me alone. I was looking for where this coffee place is. Go back to brawler style. I'm a big fan of the throws. Of course, there's weapons. So that or even better. Let's hit with a bike. Let's see if I can find it on the map. It said opposite Macbowl, didn't it? Ah, so probably there. There's Square Alley. That's probably a fair shout.
Hey.
Oh dear, that doesn't seem like a good thing to say to someone who might kick you up in the air. Sugar.
No.
And there we've unlocked a new move.
Oh, yeah.
Joel in the chat says he really thinks Yakuza 6 looked a lot better than Yakuza 0. Disappointed he has to wait another year for it. Yeah, I'm in complete agreement. Yakuza 6 looks absolutely amazing. But hey, you know, we never thought we'd get this game. I think we've been quite lucky to get as many as we've got, considering that it doesn't tend to sell that well in the West, or didn't until at least I think 5 did alright considering, because it's got good word of mouth now, so I'm just happy we're getting them now.
Yeah.
Well, Joel, if you like the look of 6 and you've not played any, then the Yakuza 0 is definitely the game for you. And then you've got to play the remake of 1, then 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then you can play 6. You've got a lot of gaming to do this year, boy.
Oi.
Let's kick these goons in the head. Ooh, got a new style, beast style. Press square. Oh, nice. Oh, you can't really move very quickly with it. Okay, I see. So it's slow moving, but you can do a lot more damage. The guard was, yeah. Right. That's useful, you can guard any direction which you can't do in the other stances. Whoa. If we get out of here, I'm going to use some... get my health back up. Nice. Oh. That was amazing. Well, I think I'm sold on beast mode after using that move.
Yes.
Strong as a bear on bearoids.
What? Yes. Now.
Oi.
Yes. What?
Mark in the chat asked if I think the series has lost its way over the years. I think an argument could be made that it got a bit bloated with the number of protagonists in 4 and 5. It got a bit silly, I think, at some point. But there's part of me that enjoyed all the little side bits, you know, the hunting section in 5 or the pop idol section. They always, once you get over that, maybe you feel that it's getting away from its roots as this crime drama. There's a lot to like about it, but I could see where you're coming from. That it might not be to everyone's taste, especially given how, you know, the first 3 were pretty, you know, focused on one character and one story, whereas the ones since tend to have multiple stories that all feed together to one climax. We might actually get to look for some leads at some point. Where was I? Is it around here? Here we go. Their story kind of centres around kind of real estate and battling over control of this area of Tokyo ahead of a massive redevelopment. It's going to make everyone a lot of money, allegedly. Every situation can be sorted out by hitting someone repeatedly. That's the lesson you learn from Yakuza. You may be wondering why the money is coming off everyone. And I will show you that shortly. It feeds into the upgrade system.
Right, so running tenants out of a nearby building. Probably best to save it, since I don't want to lose his progress. I'm not planning on dying. And we're saved. Okay, it's one of those games that, as far as I know so far, doesn't have an autosave system at all. So you lose a fair bit of progress. Actually, that's a lie. I have no idea if it has an autosave system or not. Oh, being chased. And here we go, nearly there. Oh, of course, there's some people waiting for me. Oh, I'm gonna get away, am I? Oh, I did just. Joel asked, are there any driving? Not seen any yet. So nothing like the taxi missions from 5, though the game is still young, so we'll wait and see.
店ならまだ準備中だよ。
立花不動産の話を聞きに来たんだが、あんたここの店の
店長だけど、もしかして人生一家の人？
人生一家？
なんだ、違うのかよ。おい、ちょっと。
少しだけ話を聞かせてくれないか。あんた立花不動産にこのビルから追い出されそうなんだろ
う。なんなのあんた。
さっき言ってた人生一家ってのは
登場界の4次団体でこの店のケツ持ちしてたヤクザ。毎月きっちりみかじめ料取ってたくせによ、立花不動産に追い払われちまって。
極道が仇相手に退いた。
ああ、呆れたもんだよ。
このビルの他の店はもう立花不動産に立ち退かされたのか。
ある時急に立花不動産が来て、このビルのオーナーになったから全員出てけってさ。中には立花不動産って聞いただけで店閉めるやつもいて、残ってんのはもううちだけ。
あんた家族で店に住んでるのか。
住む場所別にする余裕なんてないからね。かみさんはビルに住み着いてるホームレスが怖いって奥から出てこなくなったよ。連中よこしたのも立花不動産の嫌がらせ。ホームレスにビルの中で小便させたり、大声わめかせたり、不審火まで出しやがる。
They don't sound like nice people at all, do they?
立花不動産の人間も毎日来るのか。
最近来るのは無言電話だけ。夜通し何百回ってかかってくるよ。
誰だ。
立花不動産だ。なんで急に。どうしよう、5、6人はいる。
生瀬さん、立花不動産です。
入れてやってくれねえか。連中と話してみたい。安心しろ。何があっても俺が守ってやる。
わかった。 小田さん。
どうも生瀬さん。どうすか、立ち退きの件考えてくれました？
うちは出て行きませんよ。
そうは言ってもこのビルはもううちがオーナーになってるわけだし、勝手な都合を並べて居座られちゃ困っちゃうんだよな。
だからって毎日毎日嫌がらせしやがって。うちには赤ん坊だっているんだぞ。
見ない顔だけどそちらさんは。ねえ生瀬さん、こんなヤクザに頼ると後が怖いですよ。
あいにく俺は仇の人間だが、この店の用心棒と思ってくれている。
用心棒？誰に対してもです？
橘不動産で仇ずらしたヤクザだ。
Oh, they've upset him now. You can tell.
別に部外者が何言おうが構いませんが、それより今日はちょっと預かってきたもんがありましてね。これ人生一家の親分さんからです。
何それ？
今まで生瀬さんが人生一家に取られたみかじめ料、月3万の3年分に色つけて200万。生瀬さんの代わりに取り返しておきましたよ。
極道から金を取り立てた。あんたらがか。
200万。
それとうちの社長から気持ちとしてプラス200万。お子さんのミルク代にもう200万かな。ねえ生瀬さん、もうこれで手打ちましょうよ。早いとこのビルから出てっちゃもらえませんかね。
金の問題じゃねえ。俺はな、勝手な理屈で弱い者の人生好きにできるって、あんたらのその態度が気に食わねえんだよ。
綺麗事はよしましょうや生瀬さん。もうこれ以上ごねてもあんたのもらいは増えませんから。
あ？
見えすぎた芝居しやがって。金の問題じゃなかったら何の問題だこら。何か？
あんたにはあの鳴き声が聞こえねえのか？子供の前で親の顔にさっさば叩きつけるのが橘不動産のやり方か？
そちらさんも人様に説教垂れるほどまっとうな人間には見えませんがね。まあいいでしょう。生瀬さんにはこちらの誠意が通じたと見えます。
There's a very high likelihood we're going to be punching this guy in the face in short order.
生瀬さん、今夜あたりお電話いただけそうですね。いいお返事を期待していますよ。
Maybe not just this minute, but I sense a face punching is in that guy's future.
今時こんな街で妙な正義感匂わせちゃ命が危ないよお兄さん。おわさびはほどほどにしないとね。
あんたこの店閉めて出ていくのか？
出てけと言われてさっさと出てった連中はバカだ。辛抱を重ねりゃこういうボーナスが出てくるってのによ。
あんたさっきまでいた他のホームレス仲間はどうしたんだ？
もうここでの仕事は済んだってさ。次のとこに移されてったよ。
次のとこどこだ？
さあね、いろいろだよ。橘さんとこは手広くやってるから。
どういう連中なんだ橘不動産ってのは。
何が目的か知らんけど、あそこに関わんのはやめときな。あの人たちは
Well, everyone seems scared of this real estate company.
闇？
俺から見りゃヤクザなんかよりよっぽど怖い。カムロ町中に目と耳を張り巡らせてるから。相手がヤクザだろうが弱み見つけ出してすぐに金玉握っちまう。
人生一家もその手で追い払われたってわけか。
聞いた話じゃ、人生一家の組長この間東上会本家から指詰めさせられたらしいよ。
何？
本家への上納金ちょろまかしてんのが匿名で作られてね。もっとも作られたのはそのほんの一部。全部ぶちまけられたら組長絶対殺されるってよ。
なるほど。橘が小出しにチクって脅しをかけたってことか。
別に俺は橘さんとこがやったなんて一言も言ってないよ。ただヤクザのそんな弱み探り出せんのあそこ以外にはまずないだろうけどね。俺があとあんたに言ってやれるのは、橘からは手引けって忠告くらいだね。
Right, so off to find the homeless then. What I mentioned earlier was the upgrade system. And all that money that was flying off people as you punched them could be spent in these trees to unlock additional skills and moves. So this will increase the power of my beast mode, or beast, whatever it was called. So let's see a look at the other one. And Brawl, if I want to put some money into retain my heat. Ferocious assault. Unleashed after being knocked down. 30 million. Haven't got that much money. No, I haven't got that much. I need to unlock the one before it, don't I? 100 million. Let's unlock one of these. Okay, yeah, so that's essentially the upgrade system. And you can learn other moves as you saw in that cutscene with the lady that was kicking people up in the air. Oh, it's gone a bit dark. Joel in the chat says it kind of reminds me of the Warriors. You'd be right. That's essentially the same sort of genre. This is in kind of the brawler. Don't tend to see too many these days. They've struggled to find a place for themselves when we transition to 3D. Do you remember that Square Enix game, The Bouncer? Oh, Jesus, that was a bad game. I think there's a lot to like about this one. Yeah, it's not the best looking game and it's a bit wobbly in terms of polish at times, but I've really enjoyed the series and I think that if you like a little bit what you've seen here, then I think it's worth a shout, especially if Resident Evil 7 isn't on the cards for you this week. Public Park 3.
John Church has never heard of the bouncer. Ooh, I tell you, look it up. I think it's that long ago that I struggle to remember which platform it was even for. I don't think it was PS2, was it? It was it PS2? It might well have been. Yes, I think it was actually. It was one of these games where everyone got really hyped for it, and then it turned out to be an absolute stinker. it was so bad. I think the Warriors is probably the best one of that sort of game to come out, and that's sort of in the PS2 era. If you don't include the Yakuza, the original, or the original first two. SKC Diamond says Kingdom Hearts 2.8 is his game for this week. He can't wait to come out. It's only 12 hours away. What have they called that one? A stupid name of some kind. They always have the crazy subtitles, don't they? Kingdom Hearts. Or was it Dream Drop Sleep? Was that one of them? God bless the naming convention of some of those Square Enix titles and other JRPDs. Jeez. Oh. So is this a collectible this time around? Seems to be.
あんたらに話聞かせてもらいたいんだが。
お、ああ、別にいいけど。ああ、いや、ダメだ。こう寒くちゃ舌が回んねえよ。
何？
そうだな。酒でも入れりゃ滑らかに喋れるってもんだ。あんた、話聞きてえってんなら、ちっとばかしさ。
ああ、そいつありがたいね。
ずいぶん流暢に喋ってるように聞こえるな。
ラーメンラーメン、連綿ラーメン。
Oh, apparently I've got that subtitle wrong of a Kingdom Hearts game. I'm not surprised, they're so stupid.
一つだけ聞かせてくれ。あんたらの中で橘不動産と仕事をしたことがあるってやつは。
SSC Diamond said he picked up Sleeping Dogs yesterday. Now that was a great game. I essentially platinumed that. I did it on the Xbox or whatever the equivalent of platinum something is, but that was fantastic. Such a shame that that studio's no more.
それぞれの好みに合った酒じゃねえと口は滑らかにならねえんじゃないかな。
Oh, so I've got to buy the homeless people some booze. So one beer. One beer. Some sweet potato stuff. Scotch. Oh, what does he want? I didn't pay attention then. So sake, right. I guess while Sleeping Dogs does look very similar to this, it's more akin to a GTA than the Yakuza. Right, so I think we've got everything that we think they wanted. That's a convenience store here. All the way.
いらっしゃいませ。
What are we after? Where was it? Ah, one of them, wasn't it? Oh, I found one of the things I wanted. Buy some more of those. Keep me in the fight. Oh.
Oi.
You're much kinder than you look. This could be the beginning of a friendship. Alright. I keep getting pocket tissues, those good people. So let's have a look. So, hit that one. So there's a couple over here. Top hanger right. Oh, that someone want to fight me. Ah, as if by magic. Or delinquents. Oh, powered up for far too long there. What am I doing? Get up. Joel asks, what if you do to pedestrians? You can't actually attack them. So you can't actually throw punches when you're running around the open world. If I'm here, I could just hammer on the punch and it just won't do anything. You can bump into people, but that's about it. It's not in keeping with the character. That was a door, wasn't it? Was that not the door? Was that not the convenience store? Oh no, it wasn't. It was the other side. Oh. Someone's getting beaten up. That'll intervene. I'll let people just get beaten up. I love the way the money just flies off the... Oh, that was a bit short then. Oh, convenience store I was looking for. I've gone right past it. On the corner here. Do you have booze? No, you have all the best recovery items in the game. can't afford it. I haven't got enough room for that. I've got to remember that to come back here. Let's make a mental note. Convenience store was down here, wasn't it? It's up there. I don't even want to know what that's about. I'll come back later and check that out. I'm trying to buy booze for homeless people. It's got to be the way in. I wasted far too much time looking at that. So there's 2 down there. Yeah. Does his headbutt his chest then? The Lightning said he wished he could live stream Yakuza 4 and 5. I guess that's a shame, isn't it? Because of PS3 that you can't necessarily do it very easily. I'm picking up a load of side quests here, aren't I? You don't look like you're going to sell booze. I actually did say that one of the places would sell this, didn't it? What were we after? Carlsberg for the beer guy. Champagne. Loads of stuff. Was it sake and squash were the other two, weren't they? It's not squash, scotch. Get squash. Yeah, hi, here's your booze. I got you some orange cordial. There's one in the alley behind. I don't think they sell drinks here. Looks like bags and stuff. The Lightning asks if it's a bit clunky. It can be. The fighting feels good, but other bits about it feel a bit... It's not the tightest controlling game you'll ever come across. Let's go to the convenience store on the next road up. Well, the fighting feels great, unfortunately, because that's most of it. That's, you know, you can't say fairer than that. But other bits just don't quite feel that good. Hang on, what? I can't carry any more. Let's use up a couple of these. Get my health back up. Wasn't she working at the other one? They want to squash. I say it again, squash. Scotch. God damn it. Actually, it wasn't what I wanted. In fact, I can see the marker for the quest there. So why don't we head and do that as our last thing? I think the stream's been running for quite a while already. Actually, no. I just got this stuff. It is then. I thought I've done full. I didn't realise I'd gone full circle. Alright, let's go to that one then. The like thing asks if I could pick one game before E3 this year to be the game, the one and only, what would it be? There's only one right answer to that for anyone with any sense, and that's Persona 5. I've been looking forward to that game for so long that I can't believe the wait is nearly over. Oh dear. Forget if you turn it around in the chat. In the chat, what's the game you're most looking forward to this for the first half of the year? Is there anything that's particularly catches your fancy? Maybe Horizon Zero Dawn? Maybe Resident Evil 7? Maybe it's only just around the corner. Hopefully they'll have everything here. Oh, that's just... I think that was all of it, wasn't it? What have I got? I've got a whiskey. That. Beer. Champagne. I didn't get the sake, did I? Definitely what I need. So... Sean in chat says Resident Evil 7. I can see Diamond is still going on about Kingdom Hearts, which we'll forgive him for that. Let me just say Horizon Zero Dawn looks pretty good. I think there are a few people looking forward to that. Just check there wasn't a Scotch. See, I got it right that time. There isn't a Scotch on the menu. Oh, can't carry anymore. Oh, let's head back to them anyway. Maybe I've got everything they needed. So we're heading straight down here. The Lightning is looking forward to Ghost Recon Wildlands. Yeah, I really want to like that, but there's something that just seems so generic. I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's got much I haven't seen in loads of other games before. But I guess we'll see when it comes out. Have your Carlsberg. One person satisfied. Oh, right, so didn't find the right whiskey. So I'm showing you all the best bits of Yakuza 0, aren't I? Right, let's see what convenience store I didn't go to. Went to that one, didn't we? There's one there. I don't know, we went to that one. Oh, I didn't go to that one, did I? I think I went too far and went to that one instead. Oh no, imported brands. That's probably the one I want. Oh dear. I'd like to ask what mini games there are in Yakuza 0. What I've seen so far is obviously the Space Harrier arcade machine. I did read that Outrun was in it as well. There's the ever-present batting cage, which I guess I'll show. Maybe we'll finish up on that once I've given these guys the drink they want. I think there's definitely karaoke because I've done that already. Maybe this was the right place. Maybe they sell drinks as well as flash stuff. Maybe not. But I'm pretty sure in the minigame front I've just scratched the surface because it's always packed full of them. Right, this is not that one. Oh, did we do this one? I can't remember. So many convenience stores and they all look the same. It looks like we did. Ah, no we didn't. There we go. Jobs are good in. Lightling is giving away his age, saying he played Space Harrier 25 years ago in the arcade. Don't know what you're talking about. I'm nowhere near old enough to remember that. He says, having played Outrun in the arcade. Having listened to a tape of the Outrun soundtrack in my younger years. Oh, I better go help this guy. There's a memory and a half. Listening to the Outrun soundtrack and the 720 soundtrack on my Walkman. Missing out all this nostalgia you've forced me to give away at my sort of age now. Let's go rush mode. Oh, gold plate, you can sell them for more cash. Oh, him was it with this guy.
I go in the wrong round the back. Success.
やっぱり
これで話をしやすくなったな。
おーとも酒のおかげで口も滑らかよ。
大丈夫なんだろうな。
大丈夫大丈夫つっても俺らが知ってることなんて大したことないと思うけど。
橘不動産の仕事をしたことがあるって話だが。
ああ、言われた場所に一日中居座っているだけ。地上げの嫌がらせにさ、簡単なバイトだよ。さっきも一件終わって日当もらったとこでさ、明日からまた違う場所で居座り。
さっきまでやってたのってハークアビルだろ。俺も見てきたから知ってる。
なんだそれ知ってんだったら他に何が聞きたいの？
そのバイトってのは橘不動産の方から声をかけてくんのか？
ああ、今のあんたみたいに俺らに近づいてきてね。そうだ、登場界のヤクザの方でも俺たちに同じバイト頼んでくることがあるよ。その連中も地上げ屋だ。今時はホームレスも使いようなんだね。
俺たちは橘さんとこだろうがヤクザだろうが金さえもらえりゃどっちでも構わねえけどさ。
なるほどな。もう一つ聞かせてくれ。橘不動産の連中がよくいる場所ってのはあるか？
ああ、それならチャンピオン街だね。よく出入りしてんの見かけるよ。あの辺りは今地上げのメッカだ。なんせ小さな飲み屋ばっかだから、そこの連中を追い出して一手にまとめ上げれば高く土地が売れるんだろうよ。
橘不動産がチャンピオン街を地上げしているってことか？
多分ね。ただあそこは橘不動産だけじゃなくて登場界の連中も狙っているから、あんたみたいなヤクザが行ったらあそこの住人たちに煙たがられるよ。
そうか、参考になったよ。ありがとう。
Oh god, this guy again. Yeah, let's not do that. He can wait. What I'll do is just quickly show you one of the other mini games here, then I think we'll call it a day on this stream. Go and do some batting. It's been running for a while and I don't want to play too much of the story, because if you go out and get it yourself you'll miss a bit. But hey, you know, this is not the only live stream we're doing over the next day or so. I've also been doing Resident Evil 7. I do not deal with scary games very well. They're not my preferred game of choice. I struggle with them a lot mainly because I get scared really easily. I don't mind admitting it. So I thought it'd be fun to give it a go, and you can all come and have a laugh at me on a live stream trying to hold it together. So check out the my Twitter at Alex Stinson, and I will keep you informed of when that's likely to be. But it'll be, if not late tomorrow night, be Tuesday night, I would imagine, just when the game comes out. So this is the batting cage. It's always been a staple of the Yakuza. The aim is to score as many points as you can, timing your hit perfectly and aiming it at one of the targets. So you hit there, you get one base. So you want to try and hit one of these like that and get a full point. Nice. This is the beginner one, so it's a little bit easier. Less curveballs and... Oh, I missed that one, he says.
Oh, not doing very well now, am I? Oh. God, that was a very embarrassing performance. I have to give another go. SKC Diamond says he doesn't deal with horror games very well either. Yeah, something about it just really get to me. Like amazingly so. The only one that ever really made it all the way through, I guess not really a horror game, was Alien Isolation. But that's only because I was a big fan of the Alien films and felt I really wanted to see the story of it. But that really freaked me out as well at points. I certainly won't be playing Resident Evil 7 in VR. I think that'd be entirely far too much for me to deal with. But we'll have our review up in the next day or so, I'd imagine. And the embargo list, Sammy Barker's been reviewing it, and we'll see what he has to think of it. He can deal with horror games a lot better than I can, so... I'm not going to jinx it by saying I'm doing really well. There we go, I jinxed it. Come on, keep it together. Hard to keep it just aimed at just the right place and hit the timing. Oh no, I did do it. Excellent. I'm doing alright at this now. Oh, there we go. New record! And I won something, excellent. So there you have it. Yakuza 0. The perfect stepping on point for anyone unfamiliar with the series and likes the idea of a good brawler. The idea of punching people in the face and a hard-boiled crime story of the Yakuza in Tokyo. As I said before on the stream, I'm a really big fan of this series. I came round on it during its life. Didn't like the first one. But by the time the third one came around, I've got fully on board, and every game that comes out now, I'm well up for it. So read our review at pushsquare.com if you want some more information about how it plays throughout its entire length, because albeit I've only played a few hours of it. But I hope I've given you a good idea of what it's all about. As I said earlier, I will be doing a Resident Evil 7 live stream in the next couple of days. So if you fancy checking that out and seeing if I can keep it together, then you're more than welcome to stop by. So yeah, follow me at Alex Stinson on Twitter, follow our site at PushSquare, and please visit the site as well at pushsquare.com for all news, reviews, podcasts, videos, you name it. We've got it, and it's to do with PlayStation. So thanks again to the chat for dropping by. It's been a pleasure as ever to answer your questions, and I hope to see you all next time. You'll take care.